Next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna first of all see that how we can build the logic to draw anything on the canvas. For the logic part, we need to go to the blocks. So here we will add the logic. So what is the first logic that we're gonna add here? The first logic will be that whenever I click on these buttons that are present above, I want the color of the canvas to change to the selected button. Okay. So for example, if I am clicking on the red button, then the red lines or circles or any shape which we are doodling with our fingers, that color should come out. If I'm clicking on the blue one, then the blue color, and for the green color. So what is the logic behind this is, when I click on, let's say, red button, then the color of the canvas changes to that particular color. Okay. So I'll go to blocks. So the first thing that we need to do is, I say that whenever I click on this button red, then I want to change the color that draws on the canvas. Okay, then I go to canvas, and in the canvas I will see this one option called paint color, and if you hover your mouse on this, you will see a pop-up that will say the color in which lines are drawn. That means this method will be responsible for changing the colors for the lines that are drawn on the canvas. So I'll just drag and drop it and put it inside the click box. Now it is asking to which color you want to change it to. Okay, that means I need to define a color here. Now where will you find colors? You will find the colors option, you can see on the left side. So from here you can choose any color you want. Let's say I want to choose the red color, and I can put the red color inside it. Now the logic is complete. Whenever I click on the red button, then the paint color of the canvas one will be changed to the red color. Okay, now I need to do the same thing for the blue one and the green one also. Now you can again drag and drop things from the left hand side, or what you can do is you can just right click on this block and duplicate it. Okay, now just click on this drop down and change the button. So let's say green. When we click on the green button, then I want to set the paint color of the canvas to this green, let's say. Again, I'll just duplicate it, and let's do it for the third button. We'll change it to some shade of blue. Now coming to the last button that we added, the wipe button. What will the wipe button will do? It will just erase everything from the canvas. So let's just add the logic for that also. I say that whenever I click on my wipe button, then what I need to do is, I need my canvas to be empty. So I go to canvas, and for that you will see one option here called dot clear, and it reads clears anything drawn on the canvas. Okay, I'll just use this simple logic that whenever I click on the wipe button, my canvas will be clear. Coming to the next part, if I go back to designer, here what you see is we have a canvas on which I need to doodle something out. So the first possibility is, let's say I just touch on the canvas and a dot will be formed there. Okay, if I'm not dragging my thumb or my finger, then a dot will be formed. So let's first of all do that logic. So I'll go back to blocks, and I will say that whenever I just touch on the canvas, I'm not dragging my finger on the canvas, I'm just touching the canvas, then what should happen? Okay, then I want to form a tiny circle on the canvas like a dot. So I'll go to canvas, and here you'll see one option, when canvas one touched. Okay, that means if I just touch the canvas, then what will happen? So right now you see a new thing here. You can see these X, Y, and touched any sprite. Now what are these? Basically these are variables, and specifically they are called local variables in this scope. Now what are variables, what is scope, what are the types of variables, we're gonna discuss in next lecture. For now, just understand that these are holding some data. Okay, these X, Y, and touched any sprite are basically just containing something inside them. What are they containing right now? They are containing the position at which I'll touch the canvas with my thumb. So the X coordinate of that touched point will be stored in this X variable, and the Y will be stored in the Y variable. So what I want to do is, whenever I touch the canvas, I want to draw a circle. For that, you go to canvas, and you will see a few options of drawing here. You can draw an arc, you can draw a circle, draw a line, draw a point, etc. What I want to do is I want to use draw circle. So I'll just drag and drop it and put it inside the touched block. Now what are the parameters that this is asking? It is asking for a x, for a y, and it is asking for a radius. Now what is this center x, center y? Basically these are the positions from which the circle will start drawing. So center x, that means it is asking that what will be the x coordinate of the center of the circle. So I told you that will be stored inside this local variable. So I will just hover on this x and I will get this x and put it in the first socket. Similarly, I'll just go to y, I'll grab the first get y and put it in the second socket. Then it is asking for a radius. Now this is something that will be defined from our side. I can specify any radius, like how big the circle you want to be. So I just need to specify a number. For the number, I'll go to math and I'll choose the first option, and I can give some radius value here. Let's say 5. So a radius 5 given to the circle, and the last option is fill. You can click on this drop down and you can basically change it to true and false. What does this means is, so if that fill is true, that means the circle that will be formed, it will be a solid circle. Okay. If it is false, then it will be a hollow circle. You can play with this value and see what difference does it making when you are touching the canvas. So now what are we going to do is we're going to do the dragged functionality. So whenever we drag on the canvas, then we want to form a line. If I go to canvas again, I can see one option here called when canvas one dot dragged. That means whenever I drag my finger over the canvas. So I'll just put it on the white space. Now you can see again that there are different local variables that are present in the dragged block. What we are concerned here are like these 4. Okay, previous x, previous y, current x, current y. Now you can imagine a line in your head. So how does a line forms? A line is formed by 2 points. Okay, there is a starting point and there is ending point, right? We join those 2 points and then a line is formed. That means what do we need to form a line? We need 2 points, and each of the point will have a x coordinate and a y coordinate. So what are we going to do is we're going to go to canvas again, and what we need to draw is we need to draw a line, and you can see in this we have 4 parameters: x1, y1, x2, y2. What are these x1, y1, x2, y2? Like I said before, a line is formed of 2 points, okay, and each point has 2 coordinates. So the point 1 from where the line is starting will have a x value and a y value. Let's just call it x1 and y1. Similarly, the other point will have different coordinates, x2 and y2. Let's just give them name. Okay, I'll just drag and drop it in the dragged block. Now in the local variables, what are these previous x, previous y, current x, current y? Let's say I put my finger at this point. So this point where my finger is placed will have a x value and a y value. Okay, imagine let's say this is a graph. So this point will have a x value and y value. Let's just call it x1 and y1. Similarly, if I just drag my thumb till here, then this point will be formed. So this point will have a different x and a different y value, right? And let's just call it x2 and y2. Now these x and y's, both starting and ending points, are basically stored in a variable. What variable are those? Those are previous x, previous y. Let's say these are the starting points, and current x and current y, the ending points. Okay, so what I need to do is I just need to get the previous x and put it in the first one. Then I need to get the previous y and put it in the y1. I need to get the current x and put it in the x2 and the current y in the y2. So now our logic is complete. If you go back to Designer, you can see that we have created logic for all the buttons, and we have also created the logic for the canvas. Now if you select any of the color, then the line of that color will be drawn on the canvas. You can add more buttons on this, and you can change the color in the blocks. What if you want to add an image on the canvas and then you want to doodle on the image? That is again very simple. So first of all, what you need to do is you just need to import image like we did in the previous tutorial from the media panel. Okay, so once that is uploaded, make sure that the canvas is selected. Now in the canvas, what you can do is you can change the background image of it. So just click on this and change the background image to the uploaded file and click on OK. You will see an image will appear on the canvas. Now you can just simply select the color with which you want to doodle, and then you can keep dragging on the image and you can show your creativity.